Tomorrow's financial dawn. Our global currencies on the verge of a massive revaluation. By this time tomorrow, the financial world may awaken to a completely new reality. What started as quiet murmurs in private banking suites has now turned into an intense hum echoing through trading terminals and encrypted communication lines worldwide. The whispers have become too loud to ignore. Something major might be on the verge of unfolding. Across elite financial circles, from Wall Street to Singapore's Marina Bay, one question is capturing every conversation. Are the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong about to revalue? Unconfirmed reports suggest that both currencies could undergo a historic overnight rate adjustment. If the speculated numbers, a Vietnamese dong climbing toward 260 and an Iraqi dinar near 4.92, hold even a fraction of truth, the global markets could experience one of the most seismic shifts in modern economic history. The calm before the possible financial storm. Sources inside Asian banking networks, international currency desks, and private financial institutions have hinted that unusual testing activity is already taking place. According to insiders, specific pre-activation signals, small technical anomalies that typically precede system recalibrations, have begun to flash across secure interbank data lines. Within hours of these signals, several banks reportedly restricted or paused certain transactions involving the dinar, sparking concern among currency traders and long-term holders. What at first seemed like a technical glitch is now being interpreted by some as a deliberate preparation stage, the proverbial quiet before detonation. When asked for comment, neither Iraq's central bank nor the Federal Reserve provided any statement. Vietnam's Ministry of Finance also remained silent, dismissing questions about digital system fluctuations. Yet, to many within the currency community, this silence is not dismissal, it's confirmation. Inside reports, testing numbers and system calibrations, independent financial observers in the US, Europe, and Asia are claiming that several internal banking systems have run test templates, showing identical speculative rates, the VND at 260 and the IQD near 4.92. While no official confirmation exists, these numbers have fueled theories that banks are already running end-stage tests, verifying data pipelines, transaction clearances, and FX recalibration sequences, all in anticipation of a major revaluation event. If these simulations are indeed tied to a live rollout, the world could be only hours away from a monetary transformation of historic proportions. One private equity analyst described the current atmosphere as the global financial equivalent of holding your breath. The growing buzz among currency holders tonight, communication lines across investor groups, and private wealth circles are lighting up. Longtime holders of dinar and dong are calling bankers, checking exchange codes, confirming serial numbers, and preparing documentation, just in case. Some claim that Tier 1 banking clients have quietly received notice to prepare for possible conversions within the next 48 hours, a clue suggesting the process might already be underway behind closed doors. Reports from Baghdad describe late-night meetings inside regional banks, particularly in Basra, where emergency gatherings allegedly took place under heavy security. A leaked note, circulated among private financial channels, hinted that Iraq could announce its new exchange mechanism after Western markets close, but before Asia opens. That narrow window of global liquidity, between the market sessions, would allow the transition to occur with minimal disruption, yet maximum global impact. IMF rumors, and the shadow of a global reset adding another layer of intrigue. Whispers of an IMF-related memo have surfaced, supposedly referencing currency recalibration testing pending final authorization. The document's authenticity remains unverified, but its phrasing alone has rippled through financial chatrooms, sparking renewed confidence among revaluation enthusiasts that international oversight bodies may already be involved. This alleged IMF connection, whether real or rumor, has added fuel to the growing belief that the long-anticipated global currency reset may finally be moving from speculation to execution. Meanwhile, in Vietnam, subtle but telling developments are being reported. Certain local media outlets, often overlooked by Western observers, have mentioned new trade contracts and energy deals being settled in Vietnamese dong rather than US dollars. For analysts who have tracked Vietnam's monetary policies for years, This represents a quiet but deliberate shift toward currency independence. Vietnam's strategic positioning. Vietnam has been methodically building the foundation for a stronger national currency. The country's steady gold reserve expansion, foreign investment reforms, and public debt restructuring point toward long-term economic stabilization. By increasing domestic reliance on its own currency for trade and settlement, Vietnam has signaled to the international community that it's prepared to play a larger role in regional finance. For proponents of the revaluation theory, this strategy suggests that a higher dong rate, perhaps even near 260, could be more than just optimistic speculation. It might reflect Vietnam's evolving economic policy. Iraq's drive toward monetary sovereignty. Similarly, Iraq has spent months tightening its financial architecture and asserting monetary sovereignty. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has repeatedly emphasized Iraq's determination to reduce dependency on foreign currencies and modernize its banking systems. The Central Bank of Iraq recently unveiled a digital payment system designed to link seamlessly with Gulf and Western banking networks, a vital step toward international integration. Such modernization not only improves transparency and efficiency, but also positions Iraq to handle a potential surge in currency value without destabilizing its economy. According to some reports, new rate tables and transactional codes have already been loaded into certain financial systems, ready to activate at a moment's notice pending final approval. The banking world on edge. In London, whispers circulate through private banking offices that new rate templates have been embedded within certain software systems, inactive but visible to those with deep enough access. According to one insider, everything is in place. All it needs is one authorization code, and the numbers go live instantly. The same source added that once activated, rate changes would cascade through global platforms within seconds, automatically updating across interconnected systems in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Other experts caution, however, that even if internal rate adjustments are complete, the public rollout may still depend on political and logistical agreements, particularly those involving cross-border settlements and international oversight. Still, the fact that these values are even being tested inside banking networks is, for many, an undeniable indication that the process has advanced beyond rumor. The global financial reset. Fact, fiction, or forthcoming reality. The concept of a global financial reset has been circulating for over a decade, often dismissed by mainstream economists as speculative fantasy. Yet, as governments restructure debt, digital currencies rise, and gold-backed trade mechanisms gain traction, even skeptics are beginning to acknowledge that a major reconfiguration of the world's monetary system could be inevitable. Whether the dinar and dong are at the center of that shift remains to be seen. However, the convergence of system tests, digital anomalies, and synchronized rates across major banking platforms has given new weight to a theory that once lived only in online forums. One senior analyst from a European investment group put it succinctly: "Something is happening, maybe not a full reset, but the systems are clearly preparing for something big." Investor communities on high alert across social media groups, private Telegram channels, and financial message boards, the excitement has reached fever pitch. Longtime holders of these currencies, many of whom have waited years for this moment, are reporting increased communication from bankers and brokers. Some have been advised to secure all documentation, including purchase receipts, certificates of authenticity, and proof of origin. Others have been told to monitor email alerts or mobile banking notifications for unusual rate changes, which, if they appear, could serve as the first public sign that the revaluation has gone live. The common refrain among insiders: "Stay calm, stay ready, and don't expect headlines, it'll happen silently." Indeed, if such an event occurs, it's unlikely to be accompanied by major news coverage. It would happen quietly, perhaps overnight. With rates flickering across digital screens before anyone outside, the financial sector realizes what has taken place. Tier 4 speculation and redemption appointments within revaluation circles. Talk has intensified about potential Tier 4B redemption appointments, supposedly scheduled to begin within 24 to 48 hours after initial activation. Though there is no independent verification, believers see this as a final confirmation that internal processes are nearing completion. Private wealth managers in Asia and Europe have reportedly received discrete confirmations from second-tier banks, indicating that systems have entered live test status, not fully operational, but no longer dormant either. If true, that would suggest the infrastructure for revaluation is already engaged, awaiting the global trigger signal. A shift in global energy, whether this event unfolds tomorrow or remains another cycle of speculation, one thing is undeniable. The energy within the financial world has shifted. Conversations once confined to niche investor communities are now surfacing in mainstream institutional networks. Bankers who once dismissed the idea are now quietly reviewing system reports. Analysts who scoffed at currency reset theories are tracking unusual digital data flows and interbank traffic volumes. Something is stirring, and it's big enough that even skeptics are paying attention. For some, it feels like the final moments before a great unveiling, the hush that precedes a storm, or the last deep breath before a historic leap. What currency holders should do now for those holding Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, or other revaluation-related currencies? The advice circulating among financial advisors is simple but clear. Stay organized. Ensure all documentation is in order and easily accessible. Monitor communications. Pay attention to any unexpected messages from your financial institution. Be cautious. Avoid responding to unsolicited offers or exchange groups that promise special access. Remain calm. If the event is real, it will unfold automatically within official banking channels. Above all, patience and vigilance are key. If history has taught the financial world anything, it's that true systemic shifts never arrive with fanfare. They emerge quietly, often in the dead of night. And by the time the world notices, everything has already changed. Tomorrow awaits as the world spins toward a new dawn. The speculation continues. Analysts, bankers, and investors are glued to their screens, waiting for any flicker of confirmation. Perhaps by this time tomorrow, screens will glow with new numbers, old doubts will vanish, and a new chapter in financial history will begin. Or perhaps the world will wake up unchanged, the rumors fading once more into the background hum of the global markets. Either way, tonight marks a moment suspended in possibility, a global breath held in anticipation of something that could redefine wealth, currency, and power for generations to come. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay ready. Because if the reset truly begins, it will not be announced, it will simply arrive. Disclaimer: all content provided by IQD Global Intel is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not financial advisors and do not provide investment, trading, or banking advice. Viewers should always conduct their own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions.